Hello everyone, this is Shrikant Rangdur, and in this video we'll be taking up isometric conversion along with some specific sections. So this is a part of course of a subject called machine drawing. It is usually a lab for almost all the universities, and previously though the universities used to recommend manual drafting, wherein the students had to use the pencils, the different grades of pencils, and drafter to complete the drawing on actual physical sheets. Now the trend is shifting towards CAD software, because manual drafting is something which is becoming obsolete, and most of the companies have already shifted towards CAD, so the students are also expected to pick up these skills. I'm right now teaching in Osmania University, a college affiliated to Osmania University. And according to the syllabus of this university, there are two parts of machine drawing. The first part uses AutoCAD and the second uses SolidWorks. So both these skills the students are expected to learn. The reason for having kept AutoCAD is because the visualization skills of the students have to develop. So just by looking at the isometric view of a component, students should be able to draw their orthographic view, and even if a section is provided, if they are told to cut it into two parts and show the sectional view of the component, that as well they should be able to do. So in this video we will be taking up this particular component and we will be drawing its sectional front view, left side view, and the top view. So these are the three views which we will be drawing. So let us continue to draw this object. So we need the sectional front view, left side view, and the top view. Let us start drawing this diagram from the top view, because we will be needing the top view in order to create the sectional front view. So I'm using an educational version of AutoCAD, which is available for free to the students, and I'm using a little bit older version, that is 2015 version, because the system configuration I have right now with me, that doesn't allow me to run the latest version of AutoCAD. So I'll just have to draw a horizontal and a vertical line first. Next, in the top view, I will be able to see the total rectangle. Width of the rectangle, you can see it's 100 and the height being 80. So I'll just take a rectangle with REC command and I'm going to click here, and then I will be getting options of area, dimensions, and rotation. I will go with dimensions. The length that we want here is 100 and the width that we want here is 80. So length and width both I have fed. Now I'll be required to click in one of the four quadrants. I want it in this direction, so I'll click it. So this is the outer boundary of the top view. Next, we can see here that 8 mm of offset on all the sides is required here. So I'll just take an offset with O command, O enter. The distance that we need is 8 mm. I will click that. Then I'm going to just click on the outer boundary and inside. So that will create an offset from all the sides for this boundary. But here we see that we don't need that particular boundary for this 10 mm, and that we are going to do now with the offset command again. So I'll just take a temporary line here, or horizontal line, and I'll offset that by a distance of 35. So offset 35 the upper direction, and then again we need an offset of 10. So offset, I'll need a distance of 10. Fine. So having created this line, I can just move this line on the inside, or I can just extend it, and then I'll have to trim it off. Okay. This inner edge will not be visible, whereas the outer edge will be visible. So we will leave it as it is. Next up, we will need this groove. So the distance of this groove from here is 35 and then 30. So now I will need a temporary vertical line. Offset we need first is 35. And again I'll repeat the command of offset and give distance of 30. Then of course I will just extend it and then by pressing shift I will delete this. Now all these edges will be visible, so I don't have to remove, unlike this, because you can see here this face is at a slightly greater elevation when compared to the base. The same I need to repeat on the other side. So what I'll do is I'll just select this and mirror it. Okay. I'll just select this, mirror it. The mirror command is MI. Then I will just select the midpoint and a horizontal line as the mirror line, and then again press enter. Now we need to develop this particular part. You can see these distances are again given 28 and 24. So I'll take a line here, temporary line. I'll take offset of 28 first, and then another offset of 24. And I'll just extend this, EX double enter, and when I press shift within the extend command, it will work like trim also. So these temporary lines I can just remove it once their work is done. Now in the diagram you can look here that we have not been provided with the thickness over here. Instead we have been given the inner length as 10. So 24 minus 10 will provide us with 14, and 14 divided by 2 will leave us 7 mm on both the sides. So let us do that here. I'll have to take offset of 7 mm from here and from here. Let us confirm if it is indeed 10 mm. So just have to go to dimension, linear dimension, and check what is this length. So we can see this is indeed 10 mm as we need it. Now you can observe it here that this full plane is hiding the edges at the bottom. These two edges will be hidden. Next I'll be changing the properties of the hidden lines using these values. So these objects I had created as a part of template. If you want to learn how to create the template, you can watch the other video. I'll leave the link to that video in the description of this particular one. You can go there and check out how to create the template. Now all we have to do is click on the match properties option and click on here, this point, and these 2 points. So these 2 lines will be hidden. So having hidden these points, I just need to create the inner part. So we'll have to start at some point, and to do that, I guess distances from edges have not been given. So we'll just assume that this particular whole diagram is exactly at the center. So for that we'll just have to find the center. Just join these 2 points, and the midpoint of this can be taken as the center point. Now from the center I'll have to take a distance of 20. So to get 20 I'll have to take offset of 10 on both sides. I'll take offset 10 on both the sides, and then from there again I need 10 more. So again offset distance of 10 mm this side and this side. Now I'll just draw a horizontal middle line, and that middle line again I have to take offsets. So total distance I want 15. So half of that on both sides I have to take. So offset 7.5 above and 7.5 below. And then thereafter I have to take another offset of 5 mm. So go to offset 5 mm on this side. Next I just need to trim whichever parts I don't need. So just remove these parts. These parts will also go away. From all the corners the lines will go away, and the inner lines also will have to remove. So all these other lines also will have to remove. That's it. So this is the inner part. So with this our top view is complete, and we'll have to proceed to draw the sectional front view. So I'll be just using reference lines from this diagram to get my front view. So from here I'll take a line straight to this point, and then height of 25 is there, so I'll take height of 25 here. Then I'll take a horizontal line, and then I'll take reference line from here vertically up till X line, and I'll just join this. The extra line I'll just remove it, and then you can see here the height of this particular part is 20 mm from this upper line. So take another line from here 20. And I'll just take a horizontal line exactly up to this, then down. So this part here is over. And then, okay, now we'll have to create a sectional view of this. Now, how does the sectional view look like? So, in order to get you to understand the sectional view, I have created here a complete 3D model of the object using another software. This is a parametric software that you see here, and this is called Onshape. It runs completely in the browser, so no need to install anything. You can just create an ID the way you create Gmail ID and start using it within the browser. So let us see how the sectional view of this will be created. So I'll just go with the sectional view, and I will choose this line here, and I'll just drag it to the midpoint. So you can see here, this is how the sectional view will be created. So when we cut this object into two halves, exactly passing through the center, so this hatched surface we are going to see. And when we draw the front view of this view is what we need to draw. So you can see hatching appears only in this part over here, and this upper part. This face here is not touching the section plane, so we don't hatch it, and same goes with this particular face. So let us draw this here in AutoCAD. I'll just take offset, and in offset I'll use through command, and offset of this through this point, offset of this through this point. Okay, and this has created for me. The next thing I need is this base, this platform. You can see it is 10 mm from the bottom base. So I'll take an offset of 10 mm, offset of 10 mm from the base up, and I'll trim whatever sides are not required. So in fact, this line over here will be visible, and so goes for the other side. This line however will not be visible. Then you can see here at a distance of 8 mm from top, we need another. Let us draw that. I'll take offset of 8. Then in this 3D object, you can see that these inner faces also are going to be visible. This one, this. Okay. So you can see these inner faces are going to be visible. So we'll have to draw those. For that, I'll just take reference lines from these points up to XY and one more line here. Then another reference point from here. Okay, and then I'll take the top. Same I'll have to continue for these reference line and solid line. I'm just clicking 2 times here so that I get 2 different lines over here. These lines are going to be visible, which I have to make them as solid lines. I'll just draw one more line from this to this. Then I'll just convert all these into a solid line. All these lines are going to be visible. We are just left to do one more thing, and that is this particular group. So I'll just take a line from here to here and here to here. You just have to find out what is this length over here. So let us find that out. It is just that, yeah, you can see here it is 8. So I just have to go with 8 offset here, and then I'll just trim the parts that are not required. Just trim these parts which are not required. Fine. And of course this upper line will also not be visible. I just have to hatch it now. The hatch command is H enter, and when we take the hatch command, we'll get various options. We'll have to choose a pattern. The pattern that we choose will be ANSI. It should be at top. Yeah, go to ISO. Nope. ANSI. Go to ANSI and ANSI 31. This is the hatching we want to choose. Choose that hatching. Click on Add or Pick Points, and pick the points. So we need hatching over here, here, and here. So these are 3 regions where we want hatching to appear. Just press enter 2 times, and you can see the hatching has appeared. So this completes the sectional front view and top view. All we have to do now is to get the side view. In order to get side view, I'll just be using projection lines from the top view and front view to complete the side view. So after taking these 2 lines, I have to draw a circle with the intersection at XY line and X1, Y1 line. Then I'll just trim off the circle in quadrants where I don't need them, and I'll take offset of this through this point, and you can see that this length over here has been transferred over here to the side view, and then I can start creating the side view. Okay, I'll take reference point from here, and this is another reference point, and I'll just need to extend this, trim the parts which are not required. Next, I'll take offset through this point and this point. Again, offset through this point, this point. Again, I'll take offset of this line through this point and this point. So this is where the upper groove will appear. These lines, we will not need them. Okay. And then we just have to draw the complete view. So when we see it from this particular side, only this groove is going to be appearing. Okay, so guess I'll have to take a center line, and then this distance is 10, so I'll just go with offset half on both sides. So this is how it's going to appear. Now there's going to be, the height displacement of 10, offset 10, or I can take this as a reference from front view. It's going to be perpendicular. Then I'm going to trim it off, and then I'll just break this and this side. Okay. Also just okay. So these lines are different. These lines are going to be hidden. These lines are going to be hidden. So I'll just change their properties. To hidden, and also from here 8 mm lines, the boundary lines, these also will be visible, and these will also go away. These lines will also not be visible. Then of course I'll have to take a reference from here to here and to here. Just remove this, and I'll match the properties with this because these are also hidden. And I guess most of it is now ready except for this top part. I'll have to take offset of 8 from the top, and I'll just extend this over like this. So that's it. This is how our diagram is going to appear from the left side view. There are going to be some hidden lines over here at the bottom, so let me just go ahead and do that. So there's one line from here, there is one line from here, so only 2 lines I'll get there, and then I'll just offset through this and this. So this one is just confusing me, so I'll just remove it. So these are the 2 lines I will need. So 1 and 2, and the same lines we need on the other side also. I'll just mirror it using this midpoint, and again I'll just have to make them hidden. Finally, I just have to make another line as the base, and this is it. This is the diagram. So all these reference points and all that you took for construction purpose, you can just remove them if you don't want them, or you can actually retain them. Be careful while you're removing it. Okay, this is not required. This is just a construction line. So construction lines and all, you can just remove it, and whatever lines are actually required, you can just retain it. I'll just retain the external lines, and all the inner lines I'll just remove it. Also I might want to keep an external line. I just might want to see it in a finished format, so I'll just turn on the line weight, and you can see some of the lines are already appearing thicker. So these thicker lines are solid lines, they are the visible edges, so I might want to apply the same properties to all the visible edges. Here also all these are visible, but here the inner lines are hidden. Same visible edges I'll have to apply over here. All these lines are visible, so I'll just go with this. Yeah, yes. So all the visible lines have been made as solid lines with greater thickness. All the hidden edges have been made as dotted and with slightly lesser distance. We can go on to make the dimensioning. I will not explain that part because this video has become already too big. I'll explain it in some other part. So hopefully you have learned a lot with this particular video. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section below. And if any particular part of the video was not clear, that as well, you can let me know in the comments below, so that next time when I'm making a video, I will consider your comments, consider all the suggestions, and try to make a better video, which you might be able to understand in a better way than what you were able to do with this particular one. So thank you for watching. If you like our video, give us a thumbs up and stay subscribed to our channel for all our future updates. Thank you.